Okay, well, good evening, everybody. This is Felita Daniel Lee, Direct Sales Leader with New Avon LLC, coming out to you tonight with our weekly team training call. And I want to welcome you all to the call tonight. I realize that you could have been doing so many other things, but you made a decision to show up for your training call. And for that, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so tonight, on our call tonight, we're going to talk about how to create a master calendar. How to create a master calendar. And some of you may be saying, what in the world is a master calendar?
Yes.
And why in the world do you actually need one? Well, if you are a business owner, you need to make sure that you are always doing the necessary tasks that are in alignment with your dreams and your goals. Most of you work a full-time job, and I know that when you started, you remember when you first started your job. When you first started that job, you probably had a trainer there to help you get started in your position, right?
Right.
So you had somebody to take you step by step to help you become familiar with doing your job. Well, it's kind of like that when you have a business as well. But what happens is most of the time when it comes to being in a business, if you don't have a coach, someone there to kind of help you along the way, you will be sitting back twiddling your thumbs trying to figure out, where do I go from here? So that's the reason why you want to make sure that you have a master calendar so that you can have something that you can go to and refer to. Okay, so here are several reasons why you want to make sure that you have a master calendar. Number one, a master calendar helps to keep you organized and it keeps you on task with what you need to do. The second reason why you need a master calendar is that it helps you to stay in alignment with your goals and so that you can plan for success. Because we all know that success just does not happen. You have to plan for success. Okay. The third reason why you need a master calendar is that it helps you to organize your life and your commitments. Now, some of you may have commitments outside of your job. You may have commitments that, maybe you have like, you go to Bible study every single week. You go to church every single week. You may be a part of an organization where you may meet every single Monday, or you may meet every single Tuesday. When you have appointments, you have to be able to have something to keep your life in order. And when you don't have a master calendar, you have all types of stress going on in your life because you're trying to retain all of this information in your head. And so to relieve and alleviate yourself from that stress, you have to do a mental dump and you have to put it into a calendar as a reminder. So all you have to do is pick up your device, look at your device and say, okay, this is what I need to do today. That keeps you reminded as far as what needs to be done. Another reason why you need a master calendar is that you need to know the specifics and the key activities of what you need to focus on. Again, as business owners, we don't always know what we're supposed to do. Last week, I gave you, we talked about using income or incorporating income producing activities. That's what we talked about last week. And so this week, I'm going to show you how to take that master list and incorporate it into a master calendar so that you don't have to worry about, oh, I don't know what I did with that piece of paper, because we all know that when you have a piece of paper, 9 times out of 10, something is going to happen to it, right? Generally, most of the time it does. You'll put it down somewhere, and if you don't have like a specific system set up, then you'll put it down somewhere and you may not remember what you did with it. And then on your weekly, every single week, when it comes to doing your specific activities, if you don't have anything in front of you to keep you reminded as far as what you need to do, just like you go to the grocery store. If you go to the grocery store without a list, you end up buying all of the things that you did not need, and you come back home and don't have half of the things that you went to the grocery store for. So that's another reason why you need to make sure that you have a master calendar. Specifically, plain blank, it just helps to organize your life. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. So what I'm going to do and talk a little bit more about some of the reasons why and some of the uses that you'll use your master calendar for. Number one is going to help increase your productivity. Again, as business owners, if you have big goals, you need to have key specific tasks that you focus on every single day, because success does not happen overnight. It's small, repeated tasks that you do consistently over a period of time. Your master calendar is also going to help you to be able to have a daily calendar, a weekly calendar, monthly calendar, and your annual calendar. Your annual calendar can be specific things that you do that you know you have to do every single year, but you know you always forget at that time of the year if you do not have it already in a system and plugged into a system that helps keep you reminded. A master calendar can also help you with your bills. You know, if you forget when your bills are due, by incorporating and including your bills into your master calendar, you have everything there to keep you organized. It also helps you to keep up with your birthdays. It helps you to keep up with your appointments. It helps you to keep up with your order dates, helps you to keep up with your meeting dates, your special events, your vacations, and your holidays. Everything that you need will be included in this master calendar. So tonight we're going to go and I'm going to do a training with you on how to use Google Calendar. Now, I have personally used Google Calendar for many, many years, and I absolutely love Google Calendar. Now, some of you may already have apps or calendars that you use on your cell phone. You may have an iPhone that you use, or if you have an Android, you may have a calendar there. But I really, if you're comfortable with that calendar, then I say go ahead and continue to use it. But I'm going to show you a lot of the features in Google Calendar, and you're going to see how much easier it is to be able to organize your life with this one simple free calendar. Here are several reasons why you want to really start using the Google Calendar. Number one, it integrates with your email. You know, many times you'll get an email, especially you'll get an email from Avon. You might get the email from me, okay? So if you get an email from me and I'm telling you that, you know, we're having a specific meeting or meet me at a specific time, you can automatically schedule it into your calendar if you already have a Gmail account. Another thing about Google Calendar is that it integrates with other tools, such as when it comes to you scheduling an appointment, and if you have to go to a specific address, once you type in the address in the calendar feature, all you have to do is, if you're looking at your calendar for the day, you click on the location, and it takes you directly over to Google Maps to help you with the GPS to help you get to that location. Another feature of the Google Calendar is that it allows you to set up repetitive events and tasks. I absolutely love that, because in our business, there are specific things that you need to be doing every week, There are specific things that you need to be doing every other week, and there are specific things that you need to be doing like every single month. Another thing that I love about Google Calendar is that no matter which device you are using, you can still download the app and have the calendar right on your phone that you can view whenever you need it. Another thing is that with Google Calendar, it allows you to share your calendars with other people. So you may have, it may be some people in your house and y'all trying to coordinate a date. You may be trying to get together to have lunch or something. You can share your calendar with someone else and they can look at your calendar, and you can coordinate your dates and times by using the sharing feature. The best thing that I love about Google Calendar is that it sends you a daily email reminder with what is scheduled on your calendar for the day. And then also you can include specific tasks and specific links to help you stay organized in your business. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you. Last week, I shared with you, let me share this printout here. Okay. All right. So do you see this print here, Avon Income Producing Activities? Everybody see this?
Yes.
Okay, great. Now, last week, we talked about using this income producing activities. And this specifically is what I was talking about. When you print this sheet of paper out, this is not something you're probably going to keep on hand at all times. More than likely, when you print this off, you're going to put it somewhere, you're going to totally forget about it, okay? So what we're going to do tonight is we're going to take some of these activities. Somebody's got some noise in the background. Can you please mute your phone? Because I really didn't want to mute out everybody. There's some talking going on in the background. Can you please mute your phone out, please? I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, now, so what I'm going to do now is go directly to Google Calendar, and I'm going to share with you how simple it is to actually use Google Calendar, the Google Calendar feature, to help you with your business. Now, the first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to have a Gmail account, okay? If you do not have a Gmail account, I do encourage you to go ahead and get a Gmail account. It's absolutely free. You don't have to pay $1 for it. Or anything, absolutely free. So when you go into your Gmail, let me go into my email account here. It's a little slow. Hey, Linda, I see you joined us. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. I'm celebrating, girl. Still celebrating, but I'm here.
Awesome,
Hello?
awesome. Okay, all right. So now, say for instance, when you log in, so the first thing you're going to do when you log into your email account, this is your Google email, your Gmail from Google. So the first thing you're going to do is go right here where you see the little square right here. And when you click on that little square right here, you'll see where it says My Account, Search, Map, YouTube, Play, News, Calendar. And what you want to do is click on Calendar right here under this feature.
We don't see it.
You don't see it?
No, just see the other Avon Income.
Okay, hold on one second. Let me make sure. Let's see here. Okay, can you see it now?
No.
Okay, nobody can see it?
No, I can't see it either.
Oh, wow. Let me see what's going on. Hold on. Okay, it says resume share. Hold on a second here. Okay, can you see it now?
Oh, yeah, I can see it now.
Okay, all right. Okay, thank y'all for keeping me up on that. Okay, great. So here we are. So I probably need to go back to where I was before to make sure that you understand how to get to the calendars area.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So let me go back. So when you first log into your Gmail account, so you need to register. That's the first thing you need to do. If you do not have a Gmail account, you need to get a free Gmail account. Just go to www.gmail.com and get a Gmail account. Sign up for a Gmail account. And when you get your Gmail account, when you log in to your email, you're going to see these squares right here. Y'all following me? Y'all see these squares right here?
Yes.
Okay, so you're going to click on the square right here. Now, there are several different options in here in which you can choose from. And on this particular one, we're going to choose calendar. This is where your calendar is. So we're going to select the calendar. Okay. All right. So now the calendar feature is available now. So what I did was,
Now, what's wrong? Y'all happy? Hi.
Linda, can you put
Oh,
your
I'm
phone
sorry.
on mute?
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Okay, so here we go. So now we are already here. I went ahead and put together a sample calendar for you, and I want to show you exactly how you do it. So let's say, for instance, you normally get up at 6 o'clock every morning. Okay, so I've got here prayer and meditation time listed here on this area right here. Hold on a minute. Let me break something. Let's Okay. All right. So I had to mute out some of the noise that was going on. Okay. All right. So let's say, for instance, right here, we have, let's say, for instance, you get up every morning at 6 o'clock. Okay. And at 6 o'clock in the morning, you get up, you do your prayer time, you do your meditation, you do your affirmations, you do your visualizations, you do all of that. Okay. So what I did over here on the left-hand side, I had already created this particular calendar here. So I just went ahead, since I've already got several calendars already organized here, and I did this just to kind of save time tonight, but you can easily create, you can name your calendar, whatever calendar it is that you're using. Like right now, this calendar is totally blank. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start as if I'm going to use it as a blank calendar. Okay, so I'm going to indicate, let's see, I'm going to indicate that I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. No, this is 6 o'clock. And all you have to do is click on the actual time right here, and it'll come up and it'll ask you to add the title. So I'm going to type in prayer and meditate. Okay, and here you can see right here, this is actually going on the representative planning calendar, which I've already got in here. So if you wanted to put it on another calendar that you created, you can just go in here and choose which calendar you want to you want this particular event to be assigned to. So I'm using this particular one here, the Avon Representative Planning Calendar. So under more options here, you can schedule how long you're actually going to use this. So for here, I'm just going to say 30 minutes, from 6 o'clock in the morning to 6:30 in the morning. I'm going to say this is going to be a 30-minute time that I'm going to spend on my spiritual time. Okay. So this event does repeat. So I'm going to click right here and move this down. You can choose for it to repeat every day. You can choose for it to repeat weekly on Mondays, monthly on the third Monday. You can choose annually. You can choose every weekday, or you can customize it. So if you want to do it every single day, if you know that this is normally your schedule in which you do every single day, you can go ahead and choose the daily feature right here. All right. So once you choose daily and you scroll down, you see here, all these,
Okay.
everything is in the way right here. It's kind of hard for me to see. Okay. All right. So please excuse me, ladies. I'm trying to get my screen out the way. Let's see here. Hold on a second. I'm trying to move everything out the way. Okay, so I've got this already scheduled here. So I've got it scheduled to repeat every single day. Okay, so right up here, you'll see at the top, it says save. So all you have to do is save that feature. And when you save that, you can see I already had that on that particular calendar. So I'm going to go here and select this calendar and unselect this one because I'm starting a fresh new calendar. So let me see here. Did it go here? No, I don't see it actually scheduled. So let me go back in here again. I'm going to do prayer and meditate. Okay, so I'm going to click here for the options. And this is a repeating event that I want to go on every single day during this time frame. And right up here is where you change the time. So if you only want to do this for 30 minutes, so just choose that from 6 to 6:30. This is going to be a daily event. And all you want to do after you put that in is just click save here. Okay, and it automatically puts it all across the board. Okay, so let's say, for instance, you normally leave your house every single day at 7:30. Okay, so that will be your commute to work. So if you're working full time, you want to just type in work here. So you know that your hours at work, you normally leave from 7:30 and you normally don't get back home to 5:30. So I'm going to go ahead and indicate that right here. Okay, 7:30 a.m. until 5:30 p.m. And what this is going to do is going to block out that entire time, because you know if you work Monday through Friday, you can't book and do anything during that time frame unless you're going to use your lunch hour to be able to do some work during that time. So I'm going to just say this is going to be every weekday, Monday through Friday. Okay, so I chose every weekday, Monday through Friday, and I'm going to save it. And you see how it automatically put it here, Monday through Friday. It automatically blocked out that time. Now, if you want to change the color, you can go in and change the color. All you have to do is click right here on the actual event itself. Go right here to the options, okay? And let's see, I'm sorry, I went to the wrong place. I need to edit the event. So I'm going to click right here to edit the event. It's going to come up. Okay, so you'll see here that that color is pink. So if you click right here where it says select event color, you can change it to another color. So I'm going to change it to this green color because we know at work you're making money, so that's going to remind us that that's our money maker right there. So you're going to save it, and if you choose this event, it's only going to correct it and change the color on this one event. So we're going to choose it on all events because that's what we want it to do. We want it to be uniform throughout. So now you see that, let's see, right click. Okay, so you could do that now as well. So now you've got it already planned out from 7:30 to 5:30. So you know you cannot do anything during that time frame. So let's say, for instance, on when you get home and you get settled, you start your business, let's just say, for instance, from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock is the time you're going to work your business. So you have 2 hours in the evenings from 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock. So you have to ask yourself, what are these specific activities that you need to put in this time slot so that you can be more productive to help you reach your goal? So if we look at the actual income producing activities, the main event that you want to put in here is prospecting. That's the main thing that you need to focus on to help move you towards your goal. So right here, we're going to put in the 8 o'clock time frame, we're going to put in prospecting, okay? And your goal should be talk to at least 5 people every single day, okay? So your daily goal, just put 5 daily, okay? So we've got that in there. And so what we're going to do here, you don't even necessarily need an hour to do that. You can do that within 30 minutes. So I'm going to click here where it says more options. I'm going to change the time frame from 8 p.m. to 8:30 because technically you only need 30 minutes to prospect. You can actually prospect within a matter of 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, and when I say prospect, that means actually talking to people, holding a conversation with someone. Okay, so that's either looking through your friends list, finding some people to hold a conversation with and introduce yourself to. That's what I mean by prospecting. I don't mean posting anything. I mean actually having a conversation with other people. Okay, so we've got from 8 o'clock to 8:30. That's the main thing we need to do to carry out, to get our business moving to the next level. This is a repeating event because we're going to do it 5 days a week. So this is going to be every weekday. So we're going to go ahead and schedule this for every weekday, Monday to Friday. So I'm going to select every weekday. Now, I'm going to change the color because the more color you have in your calendar, it's easier for you to see and understand that you have a different task to do. So I'm going to change prospecting. I'm going to move that down to the yellow color. So I'm going to choose yellow for that. And once I choose the color, I'm just going to save. Okay. So now we've got from 8 o'clock to 8:30 scheduled for our prospecting. The next thing we're going to do, the next thing that's going to help take your business to the next level is social media marketing. Okay, because if people don't see your products and if they don't see what you do, then they don't know that you are in business. Okay, so we're going to call this title Social Media Marketing. Okay, and we're going to do that for at least 30 minutes every single day. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to click on more options. This is going to be a repeating event. We're going to move it down here to every weekday from 8:30 to 9 because it should only take you only 30 minutes to do this. So 30 minutes, we're allotting 30 minutes to do that. Okay, so under the description, if you notice down here under the description, you can indicate where you're going to market, which social media outlets you're going to use. So you can use Facebook, if you have Twitter, if you have Instagram, if you have LinkedIn. Okay, those are, if you have accounts with those 4, you can indicate, you know, specifics where you're going to where you're going to use for marketing for social media. So I indicated Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest. And once you indicate that, all you have to do here is click Save. Okay, so that put that in there. I'm going to go ahead and just leave that color pink. Okay, now every Thursday at 8 p.m., this training class needs to be on your calendar. Okay, so since we've already passed the time, you'll see here everything shaded over here means that the time has passed. So since this time has passed, it won't, I don't think it'll allow me to put anything in here. Let me see. Let me try it and see. Oh yeah, it will. It will. Okay. So we've already got prospecting. So I probably need to change this some kind of way because I need to put meeting in here. Okay. But I'm just going to put it right here in the 7:30 time slot just to save time. So I'm going to type in Avon team meeting. Okay. And we're usually here from 8 o'clock to 9 o'clock every Thursday. Okay. So that's what we're going to, I'm just going to go ahead and leave that there. So I'm going to change this color. I'm going to move this down and change this color to, I got so many things here in the way, it's hard for me to read what's going on here. Okay, I'm going to click on more options and I'm going to change the color to blueberry. Okay, and I'm going to select save. So that's one of our, that will be one of your weekly activities that you need to incorporate on your calendar. Okay. Now, depending on when you actually submit your order, that information also needs to be on here. So if you submit your orders on Mondays, then you need to indicate the day in which you're going to submit your order. So let me show you how to do that. So I'm going to move down here. You can see the calendar here. The full calendar here is right here on the left-hand side. There's also a way up here at the top in which you can use it, but I have my screen up here and I can't move it. So I'm going to move it over to Tuesday the 27th. And the reason why I'm moving it over there, this is just to give you an example of what you need to put in here for your actual order dates. Okay, so on Tuesday the 27th, we're just going to indicate at 9 p.m. We're going to indicate submit Avon order with payment. Okay, I'm going to go right here to more options and I'm going to change the color because I don't want everything the same color because I may get confused. So I'm going to use tangerine on that one. Okay. And remember, you've got to also use this as a repetitive feature. So it does repeat. So we need to change it to customize it. We're going to go to customize. Okay. And when you click on custom recurrence, it asks you repeat. Do you want it to repeat every week or do you want to change it to another one? So this actually repeats every 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks you are submitting your order. So every 2 weeks you're going to see this show up on your calendar. And the beauty of this is that once you set this calendar like this, you don't ever have to go in here and change it if you don't want to. The only time you'll need to change it is if something in your schedule changes. Then you'll come back in here and you'll change it. So now I have it set to repeat as a custom recurrence every 2 weeks. Okay. And I also have repeat on Tuesday and it never ends. So I'm not gonna choose any dates as far as when it's going to end because I'm just gonna leave it like that because I want it to be in here as long as I'm a representative. And once you do that, you just select done. Okay. And you will see this show up on your calendar, and then you have to, of course, go in here and always save. Every time you have a new activity, you have to make sure that you save it, because if you do not save it, it's not going to show up on your calendar. So you see here, we've got that color tangerine, submit Avon order. So if I scroll down 2 weeks from that date, let me show you how it's going to automatically show up. So 2 weeks from March, let me move over here, which is going to be April the 3rd. See here, this is April calendar here. This is Tuesday the 3rd, and it did not repeat. I wonder why. Okay, let me go back and see what happened. Let me go back to the 27th. And all I'm going to do is click on here again, and I'm going to edit it. Okay, so I'm going to edit this event. And I've got every 2 weeks on Tuesday, and I don't know why it's not repeating. I've got it on every 2 weeks. Every 2 weeks on Tuesday. It was supposed to automatically put it in there, and I'm not sure as to why. Oh, I see why. Because April 3rd is only 1 week. So if we move over to the following week, April the 10th, okay, April the 10th, Tuesday, April the 10th, you see here it automatically showed up on your calendar. Okay, so that's a every 2 week event in what you need to do. Okay, now let's say, for instance, every month you want to check your calendar and send out, happy birthday emails. So you want to schedule that on the 1st of each month. Okay, so on the 1st of each month, you want to indicate, let's put that in like a later event. We'll put that in like later in the evenings. So we're going to click on the time frame, and we're going to type in send out birthday e-cards. Okay. All right. For the month. Okay, because so everybody you have on your calendar whose birthday is in April, this is another thing as well. When your customers, when you do this for your customers, I promise you, your customers are going to be with you for a long period of time, because you're doing something totally different from the typical Avon representative. And just by the mere fact that you're asking your customer, when is your birthday, you want to make sure that you recognize your customer on his or her birthday. This shows that you really care. So no matter how many other Avon representatives are out there, they're not going to buy from them because you do those special things for her. So when you do those special things for her, she's going to remain with you for a long, long period of time. So I'm going to go here under more options, because it's not going to take us an hour to send out birthday e-cards, okay? That's probably a 15-minute task, probably less than that. So I'm not going to even schedule any time for that. So that's not going to really take us any time. So I just scheduled 9:30 to 9:30. It will probably take you 15 minutes, like I said, but we're not going to waste any additional time. So this is going to repeat. This is a monthly repetitive task. So we're going to click here, and we're going to move it down. We're going to customize it, because it's going to be a month. It's going to be something you do every month. So I'm going to, because we're not going to do it, say, the monthly on the first Sunday. We're not going to do that. We want to do it on the 1st of each month. Okay. So I'm going to say, I want this to repeat. I'm going to move over here from week, and I'm going to move it down to the month. Okay. So this is a monthly repetitive task, recurring task that we need to make sure that we do. Okay. So repeat every month, and then I'm going to select done. Once you select done, you got to make sure you save it. Remember, if you do not save it, it's not going to be there. So you'll go back and you'll be looking for it, and it's not going to be there. So on the 1st of each month, so now that I've got that scheduled on the 1st, let me move over to May the 1st and see if it's there. So you see right here, this is May. This is the May calendar, May 1st. And you see right here is listed right here, send out birthday cards. We've got it scheduled late in the evening. Okay, so that is your monthly task. So let me unmute y'all so that, let me see here, so that you can share with me some other tasks, because I don't have the list available right now. And you can share with me some of the other specific tasks that you do, and we can go ahead and schedule those in here. Let me see, how do I, let's see here. Okay, can everybody just unmute yourselves? Because I'll waste too much time here trying to unmute everybody. So can you unmute? Never mind, I did it. Don't worry about it. Okay, so everybody is unmuted now. So can you give me an idea of some other things that you normally do, like deliveries? Does any of you deliver products to customers? I know I still do. And I try to have specific days in which I do that. However, sometimes specific days don't always work for all of my customers. But the thing that you want to keep in mind when it comes to deliveries is when you start to build a lot of customers and you're delivering orders, you want to try to make sure that you try to deliver as many as you possibly can on the same day. Because when you get to the point where you're going out every single day delivering orders, that tires you out and it wears you out. And I'm telling you this because this was a hard lesson that I had to learn. When I first started my business, I would just let my customers tell me when they wanted me to bring it over. So you need to try to have a set schedule as to when you are going to deliver. And I do encourage you to schedule it around pay periods, okay? So we know that if you submit your order on Tuesday, it may come back on Friday, okay? So if it comes back on Friday, then maybe you can schedule Saturdays as your delivery day, okay? So we can go ahead and schedule in maybe around 1 o'clock. Is this 1 o'clock time frame? Yeah. So we're going to schedule deliveries, okay, from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. And sometimes deliveries will take you a little bit longer to do, and that's okay, because sometimes you'll have quite a few orders that you'll need to drop off, and sometimes it'll take you a little bit longer than an hour. And if you do, that is quite okay. You just go ahead and just change the time that you need to go ahead and book in your calendar. And then that way, if you want to do something on that Saturday, you can schedule it after your deliveries. That way you won't have any conflicts in your schedule, because, you know, your girlfriend may say, well, let's go to so-and-so on Saturday. And you can say, well, that's fine. Let me check my calendar. So when you look at your calendar, you know that that specific date falls on your delivery date. So this is already booked in your calendar, and that way you can stay on schedule. And when you stay on schedule, your customers see, well, I know my Avon lady always comes around this time. And that's another thing. Let me mention this while I'm thinking about it. Even if you don't always make it at the same time, I just lost my complete train of thought. It does happen sometimes. Sometimes you get those, I call them senior moments, where you just have a thought and then it comes to you. So it'll come to me later on. So this is an event that will repeat. This is technically a bi-weekly event that you want to make sure that's marked on your calendar. So I'm going to go ahead and schedule this on my calendar. I'm not going to do it every week on Saturday, okay? It's going to be bi-weekly, which is every 2 weeks. So again, I clicked on customize, okay? And once I clicked on customize, I want to change this from 1 week to 2 weeks, because I don't deliver products every week, okay? I only deliver every 2 weeks. So now it's scheduled for every 2 weeks. So that's scheduled, and I'm going to click on save. So now when you have, when your friends call you and you want to do something, you know that this time slot, the rest of your Saturday afternoon, is available for you to go hang out and have fun and do those things. But we always know that we got to make sure we take care of business first. So the key with this calendar is, all of you should have, or did I send out the copy? If I did not send it out, as a matter of fact, I don't think that I sent out the income producing activities to the team on last week. I did post it in the Facebook group. So I'll remember to send out the copy of the income producing activities. I'll send that out to you on tonight when I send the replay. When I send the replay out tonight, I will send that later on. So you'll be able to take all of the activities that is scheduled on your income producing activities and just go ahead and plug it in to your calendar on the days which is available, that you have available and you have free time in which you can book those specific events. Okay, now I'm going to stop right here because I realize that, you know, this is new information, and basically you're just going to have to kind of get in here and just kind of go for it and just start using it. And once you actually schedule all of your events, what I love the most about Google Calendar is that you can actually download the calendar feature and you'll be able to see everything on your phone. So even though I'm actually plugging all of this information in on my laptop, I can use the app on my phone and it will show up on my phone. I can look at it every single day. One other feature I forgot to show you, let me show you how when you actually get an email, let me go back in here and show you how to do that, because this is what would happen to me a lot of times. Sometimes I would get an email and I would want to schedule it on my calendar, but I forget to do so. But let me show you this feature that I absolutely love with Google Calendar and how you can go ahead and automatically schedule it. So I'm going to go back into my email because this is how I'm going to show you how it integrates your email in with Google Calendar. So I'm going to go back in here and show you how to do that. Let's see here. Okay, so I'm going to move down to, let's see here. I know, let's see, somebody sent me an email. Okay, Erica McQueen. Okay, she sent me some fundraiser information. Okay, all right, here is also Betty's information. So like Betty sent me a reminder today of her virtual lunch and learn. So if I click on this email that Betty actually sent me, like if you get an email from me, I want to show you how easy it is to go ahead and add this to your Google Calendar. So this time is listed here. It says she sent this out on Wednesday, which this meeting was for today at noon. So when you get an email and it gives you all of the details of an upcoming meeting, here's what you want to do. Right here, there is this is like a little gear. Can y'all see this little gear here? See what I'm pointing to?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna click right here. Wait a minute, I'm in the wrong section. I'm sorry, went to the wrong section. Okay, right here under more, I'm sorry. So right here where it says more, right up above the email, you can click right here where it says more, okay? And then you wanna move this down to create event, okay? You can either add it to your task list or you can create an event. And since this is an event, we're gonna create an event. And when you click on create an event, it will automatically open up your calendar. Let me give it one couple seconds. So you see here, it automatically put it in here and scheduled it for you. Virtual lunch and learn. This was actually at 12, okay? Okay, 12 p.m. And I think it goes to 12:30, which is normally about 30 minutes. This does repeat. It repeats every week, okay? So I'm going to move it down to weekly on Thursdays because I know that this is a weekly event, okay? And when you scroll down, you can see all of the content of the email that was sent. It automatically puts all of the content of the email down here in this note section for you so that you don't have to go in and try to scramble and find the email. That's what I absolutely love about this calendar feature with Gmail. So once you've done that, all you have to do is click save, okay? And it asks you, would you like to send invitations to guests? And I would say don't send, okay? So once I've done that, it automatically booked it. So now that will go out on my calendar. It's automatically scheduled on my calendar every single week. And I don't have to worry about trying to remember it. It's already there for me. Okay. So I'm going to stop right here and open it up for Q&A and see if you ladies have any questions for me tonight. Are there any questions tonight? I know that this was a lot of information, but just know that it is recorded and you will be able to go back to look at the recording. And I would just encourage you, if you're not already using a calendar feature, I say Google is one of the best out there. And, you know, like I said, it's absolutely free. Back in the day, we used to have to go out and buy calendars and install it on our computers. And you don't have to worry about doing that anymore. Everything is listed right here for you. So that's why I really, really like this Google Calendar feature, because it has everything for you right here and there. Okay, so who has questions? Nobody has any questions? Y'all so quiet tonight. Alicia, you still
Hi.
at work?
Hello.
Hello.
It's Ramona.
Hey, Ramona, how are you?
Fine. I have a question. I tried Google Calendar one time, and all my personal stuff, other people could see it. Did I miss the part where you can make it private only for yourself?
Yeah, let me show you how to do that. Because if you, that's another thing. If you do have it, have it open and available, people can see it. So let me go in here and show you how to do that. Okay, let me see here. Can you see the calendar now?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, so when you go into the calendar feature, you want to click right here on this little gear menu right here. This is your settings menu, okay? So you click right here for the settings and click here on settings. Okay, let's see here. All right. Okay, so when you go here to the settings here, it let me scroll down here. There is let me see, enable shortcuts. Let's see here. I know it's in here. Ask to update world clock, speedy meetings, event settings, notification alerts, play notification sounds. Am I looking over it? Alternate calendars, none. Let's see. I was just looking at it just the other, not too long ago. View options, view calendar side by side. There is, let me see here. Event settings, events from Gmail, import and export. I know it's on here. I think my eyes are just totally looking over it, but it's right here in this settings area. Let's see, enable keyboard shortcuts, calendar default, automatically add events. That's not what I'm looking for. Alternate calendars is none. View calendars side by side. Show weekends, view options. Okay, it has to be under this view options here. Let's see here. Show week numbers. Automatically add. I will have to figure out exactly where it is. I was just looking at that just not too long ago, and now I can't even find it. But I know it was under the settings area because everything that you need, it's right here under your settings area. But I'm overlooking it, I'm sure, and I'm sure as soon as we get off the call, I'll end up finding it. But it should not be public. It should be private. It should automatically be set on private. Let me check something real quick. Let's see how to. I go to Google for everything. How to set Gmail to private. Let's see, Gmail events. I'm gonna call that Gmail events. Gmail calendar to private. Let me see here. Okay, it says on your computer, open Google Calendar. On the left, find My Calendars. If you need to expand it, click it. And next to the calendar you want to change, click the down arrow and share this calendar. Choose the privacy setting for the calendar. Okay, so let me go back in here and see if I can find it. Okay, so let me go to this calendar here. Okay, all right, so can y'all see my screen? Can y'all see my screen?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Okay, all right, so okay, right here where it says access permissions, do you see this, Ramona? Ramona.
Yes.
Okay, do you see
Yes.
right here where it says access permission? Right here
Yes.
it says make available to public. All you have to do is deselect that, and now it's private. Okay.
Again.
Okay, so all I did was I selected the calendar that I wanted to use. Okay, so let me move down here to like birthdays. Okay, so I'm in my birthdays calendar right now. Okay, so I'm going to right here where it says permission settings, you can see all event details. Okay, let's see here. This calendar is actually integrated, so I don't think I have anything on that one. Let me go back to this one right here. Okay, so I went here and let's see here. Okay, so when you click on the calendar over here on the left side, you have to find the calendar that you're going to select to make it private. Okay, so on the left side here, choose the calendar that you're going to make private. Okay, and once you choose the calendar that you're going to make private, then you have to slide it down right here where it says access permissions. Okay, and if you have it checked here, it says warning, making your calendar public will make all events visible to the world, including via Google search. Are you sure? Okay, I don't want to do that. Okay, so if it's checked, just know that it is public. You just have to go in here under access permissions and deselect that, and that way it will be private and no one will be able to have access to your calendar. Okay. Did you get it, Ramona?
Yes, I got it. Thank you.
Okay, great, great. Does anybody else have any questions tonight? Everybody's on mute tonight, so I can't hear anybody. Okay, y'all so quiet tonight. Okay, so since nobody has any questions, we are going to keep it moving, and we're going to get ready to close the call for tonight. Okay, so here is your call to action. I want to encourage you to decide on which calendar you're going to use. As I said, you may already have a calendar feature in your phone, but it may not allow you to integrate a lot of the things like the Google Calendar does. That was a great question that Ramona asked about the public feature. You can go in and just make sure you go under the access settings and move it down and deselect from public and so that it will be private and it won't be viewable to the world. Okay, so I want to encourage you to choose one particular calendar that you're going to use. So if you're not going to use Google Calendar and Google Calendar does not work for you, then that's fine. But I do encourage you to take the information, the specific key tasks from the income producing activities sheet that I'm going to mail out to you tonight. Take that, look over it, and choose, go in and incorporate and plug in those specific tasks that you need to make sure you do on a specific basis, on a regular basis, just like I did tonight and how I showed you how to do that. So you want to take that information, plug it into your Google Calendar, and plug in all of your daily activities, plug in all of your weekly activities, plug in your birthdays, plug in your bills, plug in everything so that your entire life is surrounded by that particular calendar. Okay, so schedule all of your activities. And again, that is going to give you the opportunity so that you can focus on what really matters most. Okay, so again, just make sure that you get that calendar done, because when life happens, you need to be able to have something already plugged in so that it will help you get back on track again. And I remember when I first started doing this business and I did not have a calendar and I had a major life event that took me off schedule. It took me a minute to get back on track again because I had to try to remember all of the things that I was doing. So this really helps to keep your life organized, and it also helps to keep your business organized. So again, that you can focus on those key specific activities that you need to do on a regular basis. Okay. All right. So again, don't forget to stay engaged. Make sure that you put on your calendar. If sometimes if you can't make the 8 o'clock call, just know that Betty Scott does the virtual lunch and learn call every Thursday at 12 noon. And we're always here at 8 p.m. on Thursday evenings as well. And if you are not a part of our Facebook group, please be sure to connect with us on Facebook so that I can make sure that I stay in contact with you and you can stay in contact with us as well. And you can request to join if you're not already in the group. Just go to facebook.com/ I think it should be groups /groups and then Avon TNV, or you could just go to the search tool and type in Avon Team New Vision and it'll pop up in the search tool. Okay, so I want to thank you so much for your time tonight. And as we always say, dreams don't work unless you do. So you got to make sure that you are putting in the work every single day to help build your business. Okay, so ladies, I want to thank you again for your time. I know that you could have been doing so many other things, but you are the one who are so disciplined, and you made the choice to spend your time tonight to learn and to grow and to increase your business. So again, I want to thank you so much for your time tonight. Have a wonderful weekend, and I will see you on next week. Have a great day. Thank
All right,
you.
bye.
Bye for now.
Thanks.
Good night.
Good night.